Hey, hey, hey. What is up? What is going on? This is the No I Don't Know TV series. I'm your boy Warren G, the place to be. Been clown and sucker free since 2003. That means I wasn't a fucking clown. Hey man, another day, another dollar. But for melanated people, another 10 cents. Let me cut this clown ass shit down. I was bumping, that's why. Let me cut this shit down. So a motherfucker gonna be like, huh? Type shit. But anyway, hey, this is the No I Don't Know TV series. What is going on? We are back. We are black. We are melanated and highly favored, as they would say. Blessed and highly favored. But anyway, what is going on? What's going on? Yeah, man, Court Plantation shit. I know everybody was there. Get your ass to work if you gotta go to work. Cause payday shit gonna hurt. You don't get your ass to work. But anyway, I know what it is to be at the Court Plantation and do all the bullshit that, you know, you don't really want to do because you got to make a living. Hey, man, that is how life has been designed for us all. We are slaves in the Matrix, Neo. But anyway, I digress. Hey, man, I'm about to get into this topic real quick. I ain't going to be here long because I got shit to do and all this other shit. But Marlon Anderson and the image of equality. Now, the reason why that is the title, because, you know, the N-word, all this other shit, you know, what I don't like about it is this. I'm going to say this. We got to start doing our history. I say it every podcast. You know, of course they want, oh, well, he was calling me the N-word, and it's offensive to me. Well, you know what you need to do? You need to get you an etymology damn dictionary, Marlon Anderson, and you need to understand what your history is about and stop going with the root word that the Latins gave us and go with the word of what it really means. It means God, Abyssinian king, God, negus, all that shit. That's what it means. And we got to know that. And we got to know what it means. And not just that. It's not just that too. It's other shit. It's like, of course, they want you to say, oh no, don't call me that. Don't use the term Negro or nigga, a negus, a negus, a nagus, a negus, or any. They don't, because they want to be the controllers of the narrative when it comes to the N-word, which is nigga, negus, 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 God, blackamoor, more. Same shit. They don't want us to know these things. So with that being said, we have to play dumb and stupid, you know, oh, well, I don't know what that means, and I get it, and I understand. But sometimes you got to let live and just move aside and move ahead. Now, if there was a dominant society kid calling you nigga this and all this other stuff, now you have every right to be like, no, you can't call me that. You don't even know what the terms mean. But the average person don't even know where we come from. The average person thinks that they kidnapped all of us from Africa, brung us here to the United States of America, incorporated, and put us to work as if we weren't here. And then they segregated us from the Indians as if we weren't the Indians, which means native, which means aboriginal, indigenous to this landmass. That's all it means. But we don't know those things because we get tricked. We don't know our history. We don't know our legacy. We don't know what we've left behind. So you have people like Marlon Anderson and other people. Of course, the dominant society is going to fight for you. And, oh, you know, we want rights. Because what would they have done if he would have been like, hey, man, you need to get off school campus? What if he would have never even brought that up? Would he have gotten fired then? Well, no. Because he told him, don't call me nigga, man. That's probably what he said. But they're not even telling us who was calling him that. Was it another melanated kid calling him that? Because if it is, you sound like a coon to me. I don't give a fuck if you do got your job. You sound like a coon. See, those type of racial matters we need to stay away from when we're on the corporate plantation. Don't even bring that shit up because you're not going to win because it's not your rules. That's the problem. We think that we are going to win. We think that saying a racial slur is racism. No, there's a difference. Racism is the competition of resources, sir. Go get Dr. Claude Anderson's Black Labor, White Wealth. We don't want to go read these books. I say the shit every damn podcast. And when I'm reading this shit and I'm like, oh, everybody fighting for his job and, oh, I was so happy I just got my job back. You would have been better off just letting him call you nigga and escorting him off campus. And they're not saying if it was a melanated kid. They're not saying if it was a white kid. Was he calling you a nigger or a nigga? And was it a melanated kid? See, they're they're not keeping it in context because they want you to focus on how so-called bad the word is. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. If you don't do your research, I have nothing to talk to you about. Now, within the guidelines and social game rules of corporate America, no, you cannot say that at all. You cannot even say negus. You know what I mean? Because they're going to say that, oh, that doesn't mean the same thing because they're going by the Latin word. They're not going with etymology and the origins of the word and how the word came about. They're going with the Latin word, the Latin root word. And that's the things that we got to know and understand. That's why you got to read. You have to understand that you are God. You have to understand that you are responsible for civilization that everybody's enjoying. See, I know that now, so I don't even trip off that shit. I do know that. We built this country. We built the pyramids. We are responsible for civilization of what you know it. Period. You are not going to give me the narrative of us with flies swarming around us and our lips poked out and, you know, we ain't got no clothes and we don't know what life is and let's help the poor Africans and all that. No, you're not going to do that to us. You know why? Because they've been doing that for years and it's worked with a lot of melanated people. But the thing that I'm looking at with Marlon Anderson is like, come on, bro. You would have been better off not saying anything and just keeping all that shit to yourself. Because I think it would have worked out better for you if you would have kept a lot of your shit to yourself. And you're like, what do you mean, Warren? The reason why I say that is because when you're dealing with racial matters and you, to me, don't, let's say, when you're dealing with racial matters and to me, you don't know your history, then you shouldn't speak on it. That's the problem. That's why Kanye West jumped out the building. Oh, well, slavery was the choice. Well, you have a choice in everything, sir. You didn't have to sign that contract with Rockefeller. You didn't have to do any of those things, but you did it. Mentally, you need the money. That's why you probably married Kim Kardashian. And now you're on there trying to do this Jesus run shit, but she's still dressing like a tramp. And now you're mad because imagery-wise, it doesn't look well. So everybody has a choice. But before you make that choice, you have to understand the etymology about why you're making it and why is it this way. As the Frenchman said, the Merovingian, choice is an illusion between those with power and those without. So that's basically telling me you have no power, so you really don't have no choice. Who had the power then? You know, these are just things to me that I think we have to understand, man. I often look at why we are so gung-ho to fight each other and make this stance in front of the dominant society so we can get whatever we gonna get. But we're not willing behind the scenes to educate each other. Somebody need to come along and tell that brother, hey, man, nigga don't mean that, bro. Here, man, you need to read this book, homie. And you need to read that book, too. And educate them behind the scenes. No, we're not doing that. You know what we are doing? Oh, don't call me that. Oh, let's put the N-word to rest. Man, fuck y'all niggas, man. Now, guess what? At the Core Plantation, can't say that because it's offensive. You know what I mean? Can't say that. There's no need to explain. You can't say that. And that's fine because it's the Core Plantation. It's where you make your bread and butter. But when you're outside of that job, you say what you want to say. Period. And you don't have to worry about nothing. Within reason. There needs to be reasoning behind that. When I say nigga, negus, niggas, negas, you need to get an etymology dictionary and understand the words and what I'm saying and why am I saying this. Don't just go off, oh, he said niggas. Know why I'm saying it. Know what's going on. Look up the words yourself. Go get an etymology dictionary and go look up the shit. But stop going by the definition that they gave you. Because let me tell you something. That's not a good definition at all. That's a definition that they have the authorship of. That's why they don't want nobody to say it. They know the real reason. The real reason is this. The real reason is this. Let me tell you something. The real reason is this. It means God. Why do they want melanated people to feel like they're God? Because once you feel that way, your melanin becomes acclimated and not even activated. And now you start thinking and feeling things and you start looking at things a certain way. Basically, you cracking the code as Neo did in the Matrix. He started looking and seeing in code and not seeing just like everybody else is seeing. But they don't want that. That's why they put the distractions, they put these things, and they air this shit out because this is the type of shit that they want. That's a fact. We can believe it, or we can accept it, or we can reject it. But it's a fact. I often look at things too, and I'm like, damn, like, why would you publicize that? Well, you're going to publicize that because you don't want anybody to know the true knowledge of what the etymology of these words mean. You're not going to go looking for that. Why would you go look for that? That doesn't make any sense, but that's why each one has to teach one. Each one has to teach one. We can't live in a society where no one wants to teach and nobody wants to learn anything. Why is that? I think because we're worried about everything else but the things that are important to us. And I'm talking about melanated people. You know what we worried about? We worried about my iPhone. And if I'm going to get a new one. I'm worried about the Jordans. Man, when I go in these Foot Lockers and I go into all these stores, I just be like, all y'all doing is remaking the same shoe, put different colors on it, and selling it to this generation. And that is lack of history. See, I come from an era where Champion and Fila were the shit. And then all of a sudden it went away and they started selling it in Payless and Walmart and Target. And now it is back in Foot Locker. And they're charging an arm and a leg for Champion. But you know why? Because we don't want to know our history. We love Nike so much, but Jordan don't own Nike. And that's fine. That's fine. Do your thing. If that's what you want to spend your money on, go do that. Everybody has their things that they want to spend their money on, whether it's TVs and all this other stuff, or phones, or clothes and shoes, or rims and all that. Hey, that's fine. But what I'm telling you is learn the history behind a lot of that shit. Phil Knight didn't want Jordan wearing no damn. He didn't want no niggas wearing shoes, period. But when he seen how much money could be made, hell yeah. Because when you watch and see who's wearing this shit, really wealthy people, they don't wear Nikes. They wear bullshit shoes. They don't care about that type of stuff. Because they don't want you to know that they got money. Because they know the history. They know what they're being taught. The Jewish community is being socialized and taught these things as children. They know. That's why it is very hard for a dominant society to see a melanated person inside and see a melanated person calling the shots from an inside perspective. They do look at it like, well, I'm supposed to be telling you what to do. Now, there are a lot of people part of the dominant society that doesn't mind taking orders from a melanated person. Matter of fact, they respect it, but that's few far between because that's not how they've been socialized. They've been socialized. They give the orders, we take them. But the problem is, you know what we worried about? We worried about things that don't matter. Oh, and just like I said, Amber Geiger's lawyer is appealing the murder conviction. See, she did all that crying and all that sadness and all that other bullshit. Well, look, now she appealing. You know why? Because she gonna try to get a year or two. That's all. That bitch ain't even trying to do 5 years. That bitch like, fuck that. I killed a nigga. I didn't kill no white person. I didn't kill my own. But you know why? Because we don't see it that way. We think that whatever is going on is fine with us. Whoever's controlling the narrative, that's fine with us. We don't want to see beyond what we don't know. We don't want to learn about the unknown. Learn about it. Go read about it. Go learn about the etymologies of this earth, or your theory of what it is. I always wonder, well, how did this word get here? Was it the Big Bang Theory? What was it? What's going on? Is there aliens out there? What is going on? There's things that I need to know. You know, because everything can't just be Jesus said. If Jesus said it, we got to go with other things. And if it is Jesus said it, then Jesus must be melanated. Because there's no way in the world that the Bible could take place in the Garden of Eden, which is in Africa, and the dominant society skin peels like a snake every time they touch the sun. So how does that work? but they give us sunblock like we need it. No, we don't need sunblock. Everybody else does that us. That's what happens when you have melanin in your skin. You don't need that. It energizes and activates the melanin. Facts. Go do your research. Just do a little bit of research and you'll see it. But I think we are more conditioned to be like Marlon Anderson and, oh, well, I didn't want him calling me that because that's offensive. And if it's a melanated kid, you should be, not the melanated kid, you, Marlon Anderson, should be ashamed of yourself for even going down that road. That's what I mean about being on a damn code. We don't have that. Let me tell you who was on code. Margaret Sanger, she was on code. Nathaniel Bacon's Rebellion was on code. And let me tell you. And J. Edgar fucking Hoover was on code. And those are just 3 people. I can name hundreds of thousands of them that's on code. But us, I could probably name about 10 people that's on code. Everybody got their own, I'm this, I'm that. Nobody knows how to put their religious differences to the side to come together for the better good of our people. We don't want to do that. You know what we want to do? Cast out the people that we feel like we can gain fame off of. Like, oh, don't call me that. He's calling me that. That's offensive to me. I don't see it that way. And the majority of those people are uneducated and they have been programmed and trained and socialized to think that negus, niggas, negus, nigger, that it means, ignorant and all this other stuff, because not the Black's Law Dictionary, but the Klebster's, Webster's Merriam Dictionary, that's updated all day long, every day, all day. And it's not going to give you the root of any fucking word. That's a fact. But we don't look at it that way because I think for some sort of reason we feel like if we pander and dog whistle to the dominant society, we going to get some butter biscuits. We going to get some doggy treats. We going to get some Scooby snacks if we do that. That's what we think. Gotta stop thinking that way because it does not work and it will not work. And you will see. Yeah, you got your job back, but guess what? You say one. I was going to tell you, see, this is the thing that we don't understand. We start casting on our own people and pandering to the dominant society. And then when the dominant society is done with us, they chew us up and spit us out. Then we want to run back to our people. Steve Harvey. And now look at that motherfucker. Oh, they didn't even tell me. They could have told me that they was going to cancel both my shows. Yeah, then you edit that shit out. And then you want to cast out Monique and make her the bad guy. When really, you're the real bad guy. Because you try to get her on that show and embarrass her. This ain't the money. This ain't the black game. This ain't the white game. This is the money game, Mo. That bullshit. And now, look at you. Now you're mad. Now you're mad at those same white boys that you edited out of that airing that you put on there because they was like, yeah, this motherfucker fired too. Bring on Kelly Clarkson. See, that's the thing. We so busy casting each other out, and that's what I don't like. Now, I'm reading the story, and they bet they're definitely not stating if this student was white or black. If he was black and you did that, sound like a Sambo to me. If he was white and you did that, okay, then you made the right move. You made the right move. But if he's black, no. It's a term of endearment, and it goes deeper than that. You need to do your history. And that's a lot of the things. You know why? We want other people to give us history. That's what it is. Well, I'm an MLK fan. I've been around melanated people that's like, well, we don't say the N-word in our house. Oh, you don't? No, we don't say that. Oh, so that somehow makes you better, right? You don't even know what the word really means. But that makes you better, correct? Right. Because you're going along with the dominant society says to put it to rest, and because they try to make it evil. So they don't want you to say it, just like they don't want you tapping into voodoo and voodoo. But behind closed doors, guess what they're doing? Voodoo and voodoo. That's what they're doing. That's why they have deemed being Islam evil. Like it's some type of evil, and being a Buddhist is, oh, you can't get into heaven that way and all this other shit. Those are the real religions. And not just Islam, but other religions are the real religions that they really don't. That's why I don't ever mention Ifa and and Buddhist, Buddhism. They don't mention those things because it probably takes a lot of discipline, and they'd rather you just be a part of Christianity, because if you're a part of Christianity, you could just Hail Mary once, twice, 3 times in the name of Jesus Christ, and you're going to go to heaven. Because somebody going to come and get you when you die. That's what they rather you believe that all day long, all day strong, then go do the research for yourself. That's all I'm saying is go do research for yourself, Marlon Anderson. Come on, bro. Now, like I said, even if it was, let's say, a white student called you that, he said, hey, man, don't call me no nigga, man. That's offensive to me. Period. When you're on the court plantation, why would you even repeat that? Why? Why would you even repeat that? If you're smart, you would have filed a grievance against the school itself, against the school district, and said, I'm stressed out because I'm being called this, and that. That's what you see. There's other ways we can go about these things, but we get so emotional and want to be arguing. And if it was another melanated kid that was calling you nigga, come on, bro. You got to do better than that. That's all I'm saying. Just know your education, man. And if you don't know it, seek it. As Nearly Fuller Jr. teaches us, I'm still learning. That's a fact. Always have this mentality that you are still learning. Always have it, because it's very important. I'm always learning. That's the only thing I can do is learn. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. I appreciate it. I've got some shit I've really got to handle. Hey, man, love, live life. Go research the information for yourself. You don't just have to get the books that I be propping up. If you find books that you find that are intriguing, go get them. Stop reading books like, please, God, send me a woman, or please, God, tell me that this man loved me. Stop reading shit like that and read shit that's really going to enhance your knowledge about where we come from and why the things are the way they are. Hey, man, this is the No I Don't Know TV series. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. If you're riding around in your bitch's car and she got GPS on your shit and you got your other bitch's house, guilty, nigga. I'm out of here. Peace.